here it is. Let me play some Spotify songs. Coco Melon, steering wheel control, and track up and down will work. What's up guys, Eric from B-Sonic here. Today we're going to be doing another installation of our CarPlay Android Auto retrofit to this Lexus LC 500H. Today we found a way to install this much easier. It'll save you a few hours. So let me show you how to do all that and also run through how this device works as well. So let's get started. All right guys, now that we're in the car, let's get started. What we ultimately want to do is get behind the radio right here, and to do that we got to remove a lot of parts. We also need to get behind the screen. Before we had to pull out the screen to do it, but now we found a better way. All you have to do is pop up this panel here, remove the speakers, and we'll be able to easily get to our GVIF cables that we want to. So before we get into here, the radio side, let's do the easier part. Let's come up here. So all you need is a panel removal tool like this. Preferably use a plastic panel removal tool so that you prevent any damage to your dash. And just carefully pop this up. Okay, and once that is out, that'll expose some 10mm bolts. Let's remove them. Okay, once that's out, let's pull the speaker out. We'll disconnect the connector, push down the release tab and pull out. And this will give access to our GVIF cable. I'm gonna just reach my hand back here and just grab it. Just note that we have a front camera also installed in here. So let me move our front camera harness out of the way. Okay, so it's easier to reach for our CarPlay. It's going to be a 1-pin connector. I feel it. You have to push down on the release tab. Here's the blue plug right here. Let me grab the matching GVIF connector from our kit, which is this one here. So this part will connect to the original harness that was connected to the screen, and then the other side, this side will connect to the screen. And once we have those connected, we're going to route these two cables, the other side of it, down to the passenger footwell area. So here it is. This plugs right in. Make sure it clips in. All right, and then let's connect the other side back to the original location. It's a little uncomfortable to connect it this way, but this is much easier than removing the whole entire screen. Okay, there it is. All right, terrific. Okay, that's there. All right, now let's route this down below. So to do that, let's first drop this under panel, just being held by clips. All right. And then we have this cable that we routed earlier from routing the front camera connector. So we're actually going to use this, tape it, and then pull down on it to bring this cable down. If it's your first time installing, you don't have this, then you can use either a wire or you can use a clothes hanger wire to route all this down here. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the top. Let me pull this wire. Okay, be careful not to pull this all the way. Might need to do this one cable at a time because it's a really tight area down there, and then these GVIF connectors or cables, the heads are a bit thick, so let's do it one at a time. All right, here it is. Nice. All right, terrific. And because I don't want extra parts just laying around, let me remount the top speaker back. All right. All right, terrific. So that part is done. Okay, we got our two GVIF cables right here, ready to be connected. And now let's get behind the screen. So going on, let's first remove this shift knob. Just turn it counterclockwise. Very easy to do. And once that is out, let's raise the armrest. I'm gonna pop this up. You could use a panel removal tool to assist you with this. All right, and there's two 10mm bolts, which you can also use a Phillips screwdriver to remove. All right, and then let's pop this out. There you go. And let's disconnect these connectors. Just press down the release tab. Okay, and then let's go ahead and remove this piece here. Just open this, and just being held by clips. Can use a panel removal tool if you like to help you assist. All right. Okay, and let's look under it, and also remove these connectors. Just push down the release tab, and then pull out on the connector, not on the wires, because you don't want to end up dislodging any of the wires from its pins. All right, and this will expose some 10mm and Phillips screws, so I'm going to remove all of them. These, we're going to remove those, and we'll remove this as well. Okay, and let's remove those two Phillips screws. And let's go ahead and remove this. Just push this out. And while you're popping this out, this back piece is actually behind it. So if you like, you could just pop this back piece straight back. That'll actually help remove it, like so. Just pull this back. It's really easy to remove. And just keep an eye out on all these different brackets that's holding it. You may have to give it a little nudge. Like that, okay. All right, terrific. Okay, there it is. And just leave it out in a safe location. All right, now let's remove this side here. So we're gonna remove these Phillips screws. All right, let's remove those two 10mm bolts. And before we remove this, I believe there's another bolt right here holding it. So let's remove this piece here too. So drop the glove box. And then this is just being held by clips. All right, and there's a 10mm inside there. Let's remove that. All right, terrific. Just be very careful not to hit or damage anything on the way. Okay, there it is. All right, cool. All right, so we gotta wiggle it around a little bit. I also removed this from the bottom piece here, which made it easier to remove everything. So I'm just gonna let this hang out there for now. All right, so the next step is to remove this under panel piece here, and then we'll move along, and then we basically drop this whole piece that connects to this area. So let's first remove this under panel by removing those Phillips screws. And just push down its release tabs after you remove those two Phillips screws. All right, just leave it right here for now. And then you can disconnect this light here. All right, move this to the side. And next, let's remove that 10mm bolt right there on that side. All right, okay. All right, and let's just pull this down all the way from the left side as well. So after we remove this, let's go ahead and remove the door sill. Just place your hand under it, or use a panel removal tool and pull up. All right. Okay, and let's remove this. Just being held by clips as well. Okay, and then let's remove this piece here. Okay, there it is. All right, let's remove that 10mm bolt right here. Okay, and there's another one right here. Remove this as well. Let's drop this down. And then we'll drop this all down as well. Okay, there it is. All right, so once we got this down, let's remove this trim right here, right above it. Okay, basically this will slide towards you. The tricky part is just trying to get enough leverage by holding it in place and pulling it out towards you. Okay, so it's just these different type of clips right here, just pushed straight. So the more straight you can pull, it'll be easier to remove. So I did remove the left side. I'm having a little difficult time removing the other side here, but let me see if this is enough just for me to pull out my climate control. Okay, all right, looks like it worked. And let me disconnect these two connectors behind the climate control. All right, or actually, yeah, two, and then no, three. There's three connectors, and there's a little clip that's holding all the connectors in place. So let me go ahead and pop that clip. All right, and let me remove these 4 10mm bolts, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right, finally out. And before I pull it out, let me place a thick towel here, like so. Okay, bring this out straight out. I'm gonna set it on this towel. All right, terrific. This will expose the connectors that we need to get to. And going back to our kit, let's locate our plug and play harness right here. Okay, let's remove all our wire ties. Okay, and let me also bring out my USB harness. Okay. So taking our plug and play harness here, there's only 2 connectors, and these connectors will connect to these bottom 2 here. So let me disconnect a lot of these connectors that are on the way. So we got 1, 2, we'll disconnect 3 up here. Okay, and then let me also disconnect this one. Right, then this one here. Okay, here we go. Just don't forget to reconnect all these factory connectors. All right, and now let's connect our harness. Just make sure you don't get mixed up or connect incorrectly. So when you're connecting and organizing these connectors, try as much as you can to not cross these wires and connectors so that everything fits in nicer. Okay. All right. Okay, and let's plug all these top connectors back. All right, everything is connected on that side. Next, I'm gonna take all these wires and route it down to the passenger side footwall area. I'm also going to route the USB cable from this driver's side all the way to the passenger side, make it go all the way across. So let me work on that now. All right, all that is routed, and let's push the radio back in. If the fitment is really tight, you can go ahead and readjust the connector area to be placed under the factory wire loom. That should give you more room on the bottom. All right, so let me screw the factory radio back on. And then let me mount the climate control back on. Make sure to not forget to reconnect all your connectors, or else you may lose functionality from your factory infotainment system or your climate control. All right, and I'm gonna put this back in now. All right, so let me continue on with putting everything back in. Okay. Let's push all this back in. Ah, beautiful. All right. So once that's in, let me reconnect a lot of our connectors back so that we can test it. But we should reconnect all the factory connectors, because if you don't, then you might throw some error codes on your dash, which we want to prevent. So before we put this in, let's actually connect our interfaces. All right, so we got two boxes going on here. One of them is our dip switch box, we like to call it. It's a box with our dip switch, and the configuration of this dip switch should be 1, 6, and 8. It should already be set for you when you receive it. If you want to double check the configuration, just check the tag behind the box. This is our NV17W box. We will need to configure this once we have everything plugged in. Yours is going to come already configured. All right, so let me connect. I'm going to connect these two GVIF cables. The one that's labeled GVIF in will have to be connected on the outside layer. The one that says GVIF out will have to be connected to the inside. And we also have the main harness connector, which will connect here. Okay. And we also have an HDMI cable that comes with the kit here. And we'll connect the other side to our NV17W box. But before we do so, let's connect the other smaller connectors first. So we got all these other wires coming through. Okay. Just start off by connecting the power right here. And then let's also connect our USB. So the auxiliary out will need to be connected to line out. Line out is at the top corner. Do not connect to external speaker. You'll get distortion if you ever use the device on aux mode. And we got the mic in, which will connect to mic in right next to the USB. And we also have our antenna for the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which will connect here. And lastly, we'll connect the HDMI cable that connects the two boxes together. There we go. So we got this. Let's leave this here to the side. I want to test everything out before we mount it. And before we turn on the car, let's make sure all the factory connectors are all connected, because we want to make sure it doesn't throw any error codes. So we're going to grab this. Let's connect the connectors. All right, here we go. All right, we'll just let it hang there for a while. And then let's connect these two connectors. All right, and everything else should be connected, so we're good. So let's turn the car. All right, let's go ahead and press and hold the map button. Switch over to CarPlay mode. Okay, everything working well so far. We're gonna change the resolution. Go to smartphone. This resolution should be 1280 by 480. So go all the way down. Here you go, 1280 by 480. CarPlay and Android Auto. Return. All right, and then let's do our connection from our phone. Initial connection, go to settings, go to general, CarPlay, and let's give it a moment here. Here it is. Let's connect, pair. Always connect from this menu, okay? This CarPlay menu. Do not connect from Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. All right, so here it is. It shows up. This does have to reboot for the new resolution to take place. So I'm going to just disconnect and reconnect it from the box here. Reconnect, which will reboot it. All right, here we go. Here it is. Everything's working as it should. Here it is. Looks good. Phone. All right, and then you want to also make sure your phone is connected to the car's Bluetooth. So let's go back to the factory infotainment system, and let's connect. It has to be in Bluetooth audio source as well, as all the audio will come in through the car's Bluetooth. Okay, let's go to menu, go to setup, and then go to your Bluetooth, and let's add a new device. Search in, and then also go to the Bluetooth menu, and Lexus LC, there it is. All right, pair. All right, looks like it's connected. So let me go back into my CarPlay. Here it is. Let me play some Spotify songs. Coco Melon, there it is. Track up, track down. Is working. Volume is working. Just note that you won't see the volume level on the screen, but it is changing in both steering wheel control and track up and down will work. If you ever want to go back to your factory native system, push and hold the map button, takes you back here. And if you want to go back into CarPlay, push and hold the map button. So let's turn off the car and let's see how everything works from the start. Okay. Let's turn on the car. There it is. Right when your phone connects to the CarPlay system, screen will automatically switch over to the CarPlay screen as you've seen it. And if you have an Android phone, it'll work exactly the same with your Android phone as well. All right, well, we finished setting everything up. Everything seems to be working as it should. Let me reverse order everything I just did and put back the factory panels, and that will complete the installation. So let me do that now. All right, now let's just organize these wires. And let's first mount this piece here. Make sure everything is connected. Okay, make sure not to block off these vents here. Okay, and this antenna, we're just gonna tuck it behind this panel here, okay, after we're done organizing these wires. Okay, if you go to the outside area kick panel on the passenger side, you'll find a gap. You could just slip it in there. There's plenty of room, so that's where we are going to mount it. It's actually a pretty tight squeeze, but you could fit it in there. And then the wires, you can follow the factory wires and then just zip tie it onto there. All right. Okay, then this piece here, we could just tuck this under the carpet right underneath here. All right. Tuck the wires. Okay. And now we are left with this. Let me first tuck in all these extra wires. Okay, and we are left with this. Let me try test fitting this to see if it fits under the AC fan here, or we can try putting it like right here as well. Let me see. All right guys, so we barely were able to make it fit. The hybrid one has more things in here, so it's more difficult to find space for it, but there's a little gap here. We're able to place it here. Just barely fit, and it's pretty secure. It's not gonna fall off, so it's good. And if you're wondering about this, it's for a front camera. We still need to plug it in. This has nothing to do with the S-Connect kit, so we'll just leave this here. All right, and then this completes our S-Connect kit, CarPlay Android Auto retrofit for this Lexus LC 500H. It also works with the other Lexus LC models as well. All right guys, if you guys wanna see the demonstration of how this works, we showed you briefly while we were testing it. If you wanna see a very long, comprehensive one, we'll leave the link in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, if you have any questions, leave a comment below, or you can email us at info@bsonicusa.com. And as always guys, thanks for supporting our channel and watching our video. If you like this, give us a thumbs up. And also if you want to see more of these type of videos in the future, whether it's install, demonstration of our products, and also our Be Social series where we bring in our customers' vehicles and some cool cars that are here in SoCal, we invite them in and we do a full thorough video about the car and also about the owner. Go ahead and check us out, subscribe. Thank you very much. See you guys on the next video.